my gosh, welcome back or welcome to Keeping Journey. Today I actually have Michael Heppell on Zoom to share an interview with him. He's a best-selling author. If you don't know who Michael Heppell is, you need to go and research him. He's completely brilliant. So without further ado, I'm going to take you into my computer screen now so you can meet Michael Heppell. Oh my gosh.
Well, first of all, thanks very much for inviting me to come along and be a guest. I'm honored. My name is Michael Heppell, and I teach people how to be brilliant. And I do that through three main things. So I write books. I've written 6 books, including 5 bestsellers and 1 Sunday Times #1 bestseller. My books have been translated into 28 different languages and are sold in 80 countries around the world. I'm also a speaker, so I stand on stage and I present and I teach, and that's my favorite thing of all. And I'm also a coach, so I help people sometimes one-to-one and sometimes in groups to help them to achieve whatever they want to achieve. That's my job.
So, Michael, one thing that you didn't get to mention is our brilliant Facebook group that we have, that you are always live.
Well, I think that is a mixture of speaking and coaching. It's kind of those two things. And these days, what we've had to do is, because I can't go out and speak anymore, nobody's holding events, we had to move things online. And so we set up a group called How to Be Brilliant. And the idea was that people would just be very positive. They would share ideas. They would support each other. And then an interesting thing happened. It really took off. And we've had a few thousand people have joined now. And it's a real beacon of positivity.
Yeah, one thing that I must tell everybody, because on my channel, I definitely have mentioned you probably too many times now, because I just think that you are just super amazing. I mean, you created that book pop-up group, and I've never been a part of a Facebook group where people are actually together. You know, everybody's like a real family. So I actually feel like online right now, I have a family of people that is looking for me to succeed. And another thing that he didn't tell you to, because obviously you hear me talking about I'm writing my book. He was the inspiration for the book title, and actually because when I did my poll, you were one of the people that said, definitely name it Scared to Be Me, and you were like so adamant that my story needs to get out there. So you were the inspiration to press that send button on that day that I was terrified of sharing it. And all the support that being around you and that you create around you, because of Michael, he's another inspiration for me as well to start these YouTube lives. Because Michael, you come on YouTube, on Facebook, and you do lives and everything goes wrong. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you not feel like, oh my God?
Do you know what? I think people are on your side. They want you to do well. So if you come on and something doesn't work, or there's a technical problem, or you forget where you're up to, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. In fact, I think that's better than having something which is so slick and so perfect that people kind of go, well, they're distant from me. It's like if you were talking to a friend on the phone, you wouldn't say, oh, let me just re-record that again. You would just say, oh, sorry, what I meant to say was, and you would do it like that. And for me, talking to people online, it's like talking to one person at a time. So I'll do a live broadcast, and sometimes we have over 100 people, which is really wonderful, watching live, and then another 300 or 400 who watch the repeat later on. But I think I'm talking to one, and I have this little person up here. I have this Lego. I've just pulled a hair off. That's a shame. Hang on, there we go. My little Lego person there, and that's who I talk to. So I'm just talking to one person and making sure they have a good time.
So another thing now that I want to let everybody know that you have helped me with, because I think I've lost weight now doing this 17. So Michael last week you heard me on my live talking about these 17 things I'm doing, using the number 17 to do different things. And Michael again was the inspiration of that. And could you tell us why you came up with the whole 17 aspect?
Yeah. So I've been using that number for a long time. And it started with me having a meeting with somebody many years ago now, and somebody called Harold Evans, who was the chief publisher for Random House. And he's done all sorts of amazing things, Harold Evans. He's quite a remarkable character. And I remember walking past his secretary's desk, going into his office, and she said, "Mr. Heppell, you've got 17 minutes." And I just remember thinking at that time, if somebody treats their time with such respect that 17 minutes is important, not 15 minutes, not a quarter of an hour, not 20 minutes, 17 minutes. I was like, wow, that's interesting. And it stuck with me. And since then, I've started to do lots of things based around 17 minutes or 17 as a number or 17 as a concept. So here's a few that I'm working on at the moment. The first one is this concept of a 17-minute sprint. When you think you haven't got time to do something, just say to your whatever new method you use for timing, so whether it's Siri or whether it's going to be Alexa or whatever, just say 17-minute countdown. And you'll get this 17-minute countdown. It's incredible what you can get done. You can catch up with your work. You can do some admin. You can do something physical. There's loads of things you can do in 17 minutes. And these 17-minute sprints get things done. But also 17 as a number. Often what we do is we'll think, oh, I need to think of 4 or 5 good ideas. Well, instead of thinking of 4 or 5 good ideas, think of 17 bad ones. And I bet that you can't think of 17 bad ideas because in there, in amongst the 17, you haven't put the pressure on to think of 5 good ideas. You've thought of 17 bad ones, and you've got to find some really great ones. 17 as a percentage. If you can increase the amount you sleep by 17%, you are going to have great sleep. Most people are sleep deprived by about 17%, 17, 20%. So you can do that and get more sleep. 17%, being in the top 17% at one thing is great. So people think, oh, I want to be number one. No, you don't want to be number one. You want to be in the top 17% and do that with 2 or 3 things. And if one of those things is communicating, so you've got that, you're great at your particular job, your skill, you in the top 17%, 17% for communicating, 17% for something else that's a little bit off the wall, that's a bit wacky. You bring those things together and you're in the top 1% at something. So 17 works so well for so many things. And it's a quirky number. It makes you think. It's a prime number. I like my numbers. So it works. It really works.
And along with 17, Michael is also writing a book named 17. So could you tell us, well, I know about it already, but could you tell the
Yeah, of
audience
course.
about your 17 book?
So I haven't written a book for 8 years. And the reason why was 2 reasons. One, I couldn't get the buzz. That was the main thing. I was just in a place where I couldn't get my brain to go, I really want to write a book. And when you really want to write a book, you have to sit down and do it. And you know how hard that is. It's a tough thing to sit down and to write and to edit and then cut out half of it and then get back to it and remember where you're up to. All that stuff is a lot of things to consider. So I needed to get the buzz. And this pop-up group that we started, 17, gave me the buzz. Even before we opened the group, I knew I was going to write the book. I just had it in me. It was like, I need to do it. Second thing is, I'm teaching people how to write a book in a group called Write That Book Masterclass. And I've got 75 students who are in that group who I'm teaching. And I thought, here's me teaching them and showing them how to write a book. And I haven't written a book for 8 years. Don't be a hypocrite, Michael. Get it done. So not only am I writing the book, I'm writing, editing, marketing, creating, doing everything in 17 days. And I think it'll be launched on the 17th of September, which, if you know anything about book publishing, to get a book from an initial idea to published in 2.5 months is very, very, very fast. But I'm telling other people that they can do it, so I need to do it myself.
Oh my gosh, because I remember, well, I'm in the Write That Book group, and we actually had a meeting with one of the wonderful people that Michael has been given us access to. And it was actually a publisher, your publisher, that said it actually takes like a whole year before a
Absolutely.
book could be actually published. So that is amazing. I can't wait to have that 17 book, because 17 has really been helping me. One thing before we go though, that I want you to, because I have a lot of upcoming bookkeepers on my channel, and a lot of people that are looking to transition from work to doing bookkeeping as a job. Could you give us that? Michael has an amazing story, so that's why I want you to really join his groups. um, but could you give us that amazing story that about how you transition from leaving a full-time job to doing what you do? Because if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have you here today. I wouldn't read that How to Be Brilliant book that you made, that you did in a weekend.
So you want to know how, is that what you, the story about how we did How to Be Brilliant?
Yes, no. So the story how when you left your job, that had you back and forth when you were in a different country or something like that.
Oh, right. Okay, that one.
I love that
Okay, I don't
story.
tell that story very often. It's quite a personal one, but I'll share with your people definitely. So I had a job which when I took that job, I loved it. It was teaching young people personal development. You couldn't have found a better job. And I used to work and work and work. I worked so hard, and I would frequently do 70 or 80 hours a week in that job. But family have to come first, and my family moved to it was between England and Scotland, so it is another country, but still quite a big move. And they relocated and they came, and I wanted to spend more time with my family, but it was very hard because I was doing so much work, doing so many hours. And I remember saying to my boss at the time, and this was a lady who should have been into personal development, should have been into people, that week I was going to go to my daughter's school sports day. She just started this new school, lovely little school, and I was going to go to the sports day. And I mentioned it in a meeting, and she said, "Michael, can I see you after the meeting?" I was, yeah, sure. So I went to see her afterwards, and she said, "You didn't tell me that you were taking time off this week." I was like, "Well, I didn't think it would be a problem. It's just going to be 2 hours." And she went, "Well, you'll have to take it as holiday." I said, "Okay, well, I'll take a half day." "No, we don't do half days anymore. You have to take a full day." I said, "Well, I can't afford to take a full day. I've got too much work to do. I'll take a full day because I've got so many days holiday, but I'll only use a half a day." And she went, "Yeah, you know what, Michael? Your family are starting to get in the way of my business." Now, when somebody says something like that to you, you'll think, okay, maybe it's time to do my own thing. And I came home and I talked to my wife and I said, "Christine, it's time. It's time to do our own thing." And we probably should have done it slightly earlier, but you need that push sometimes to be brave enough to go out there and to do something. And I decided that I was going to start my own company, and I did. And my goal was never to make money, never ever to make money. And a lot of people start business with a goal to make money, and it just becomes about that, and you don't enjoy it. My goal was to positively influence 1 million lives. And on day one, when I left that company, it was quite easy to leave in the end. And I decided that I was going to start my own business on October the 1st. That first day, I was going to positively influence 1 million lives. And that's what I counted. I didn't count the money. The money took care of itself, strangely. And it's interesting that I'm sure that some of the people who are watching this, who you're hoping to inspire, especially going into the world of doing bookkeeping, people think that bookkeeping, it's about keeping books. It's not. It's about giving people confidence. It's about giving people security. It's about giving people insight. It's about allowing people to be able to do something else when they know and trust somebody. Trust is such a big thing, that they're able to do those things. And that's what brilliant bookkeepers give. They give people that security and that belief and that confidence. And I think if you're thinking, that's what my job is, what do you do for a living? I give people belief and confidence and trust. Oh, how do you do that? Because I'm a bookkeeper. Right, okay, fantastic. That's better than, what do you do for a job? Well, I'm a bookkeeper. It's almost like an apology. It shouldn't be. It should be, I give people this amazing service. And if you mix that with brilliant levels of customer service, that's my other real passion. I wrote a book called 5-Star Service, 1-Star Budget, which is a very, very successful customer service book. When somebody gives amazing levels of service on the back of quality work, oh, wow, you can clean up. You can absolutely clean up.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I am a bookkeeper, but you just give me like the butterflies in my stomach, because what you said is like 100%. So true. And I'm grateful that, you wasn't looking for my question because I know that in all your groups, you always share really personal stuff with us. And I really appreciate them because you really help us. You really make us feel connected to you. And you're the one person that I love to watch online, that I love to interact with, that I get up on mornings and you're the first group that I will go to, the first email that I will pop up to actually open, because I'm horrible at opening emails. But you do motivate you to do these things too. So
Well, thank
I
you.
love to watch I think that for me personally, and for any bookkeepers or any business owners watching, I believe that if you really want to advance your business and advance the way how you look at interacting with people, is to come and join the How to Be Brilliant group. Just follow Michael, because he will show you how to be online, how to be comfortable and still make a lot of mistakes, and just be you. And I have actually learned that and gained a lot of my confidence from being connected with you. And I have had a lot of people that come on my channel. I had another lady that she's from Legal Shield. She always tells me now, you've grown so much. But she doesn't know my secret power is actually watching Michael Heppell every single week and watching him doing all these mistakes and like just showing up. So I thank you so much, Michael, for being here on my channel. You have no idea, because I think I really did attracted you. I didn't know about you. I met you in that How to Be Brilliant book years ago when I was babysitting. I saw this How to Be Brilliant book and I was like, How to Be Brilliant. And I read, that was one of the fastest books I've ever read in my life. And I read it over.
Wow.
And I still have the 90-day that you give actually showing up on my calendar. I set it like a forever thing. And that had to help me. The first 90 days, I was like, I actually didn't improve. And then I keep, remembering to improve every time. And because of that, the person that I am today is completely, that was like the base of it. And that's the first time I'm actually mentioning it here. Because yeah, that really does help. You really do share, not just share things that just because you can talk and speak, but you really do help. And I really love when I come in connection with people like you. So I am super happy and super grateful that you were able to do this meeting with me today. Yeah, anything else you want to share before we end the call?
I just think that I want to be careful that you and I don't end up becoming a mutual admiration society, even though I really do admire what you do. But there's a couple of things that you said there, which was showing up is so important. There are times when I don't want to do a live, and I've committed, and I've said, especially with the 17 project, it's 1,700 hours every day I'm going live, and I'll be there and I'll do it. And I've sometimes sat there at like 10 minutes beforehand thinking, what the heck am I going to talk about? But books are the inspiration. And I turn around and I look, and all of these ones, see, that's my books in different languages, the 28 different languages. It's the craziest thing. And I'll pick up something from a book and I turn to a page randomly and I go, oh, I remember when I wrote that. How did I feel about that? Okay, share that. And that's what I want to do. So it's great that it works, and it's great that you've picked up on it and that you understand why it is that we're doing what we're doing. So thank you. And please invite your friends to come and join us on How to Be Brilliant, and we would love to see them. Make sure that when you join, you answer the questions. You have to answer 3 questions to join. We're going to ask you if you'll obey the rules, because we have some rules for the group, so we don't have people spamming and all that type of stuff. We're going to ask you for your email address so we can send you our newsletter. And as you've heard, Elizabeth loves the newsletters, so that's great. They're always entertaining. They're always good fun. And the third thing is that we're going to say, what do you need some help with right now? And be honest with that, because we read all of those comments and we try and tailor things to help as many people as possible. So please join us. It'll be great.
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed listening to Michael as much as I did. He always gives you value every single time that he turns on his computer screen. And in saying that, I would like to invite you to the Facebook group. The link is in the description. Press on it now and join up for that newsletter. I am telling you, personally for me,
It has helped me and it continues to help me because he always gives you some value, some insight to be able to think about to improve your life or your business life. So I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on this. Anyhow, make sure that you put in the comment section below what you took away from the presentation, and let me know how many of you are going to make sure that you grab that book 17. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. See you on Monday. Bye.